Just walk us through the energy and excitement today.
Oh man, we're very excited. Today, Phil, was more so everyone was focused, locked in. Paying attention to details. So, that was pretty much the focus in the field and the vibe of today.
We've talked all throughout this year about how you guys just don't really get the respect nationally.
Mm-hmm.
Knicks are a marquee brand. There's always celebrities sitting courtside. Do you guys really enjoy the opportunity here to know that, hey, everybody's going to be watching what we do here?
Of course. We're ready to show, show the world and, show people on that stage what Detroit basketball is about. How we play, how we operate, and, how we get it done.
How much does it mean for you guys to, going into Madison Square Garden? You've already gone in there and won twice this season. What does that do for you?
Those are two good wins for the regular season, but, we're not banking on any of that, feeling good about any of that because, at the end of the day, they're a good team. They're a good team, and, we still got to come into their house and, try to win some games. So, we're not really worried about those past two wins, more so focused on how can we get these new wins, All right.
Got a week and 2 games until you bring playoff basketball back here to
Yeah.
Detroit. Is there any kind of excitement about what LCA is going to be like by then?
Oh, yeah, for sure. We have the best fans, we have the best fans in the world. So, we look forward to, bringing playoff basketball back. Me personally, this is my first year, experiencing this. So I know it's going to be crazy in LCA, and we all look forward to it.
Everything you've experienced, with the team since being drafted here. What did this moment mean for you and some of the guys that have been here, especially you being a long-term player?
Oh yeah, this moment means a lot just because what went into it behind this. All the work, all the years, trying to rebuild this thing, get this thing on the right track, and here we are. My 5th year into the league with the Pistons. We're playing playoff basketball, so it's a great feeling.
When you go back and you take a look at the film, what are some of the things that you can take from the last time you guys matched up with the Knicks, especially with the defensive performance you did against Cards?
Yeah. Well, we know what kind of game it's going to be. What we need to do, how we need to execute to win games. So, we go out there and be who we are, be Detroit. I think we'll be just fine.
The physical brings into play, you guys, the identity you built. How does that set you up for success in play?
Well, playoffs are when things get chippy. They let you play physical, and they're not calling as much. So, I think that brand of basketball is perfect for playoffs.
Isaiah, on that note, people know how you play. The Knicks know how you play. How do you draw the line between playing with your fire, your intensity, and making sure you're not alerted to things that could take you off the floor?
Well, you gotta walk that line and you can't cross it. So, like I said, it's my first playoff environment. So, I get to figure that out and get a good feel for that on Saturday when we face off.
But even when you guys do get a little fierier, Tom Gores is quick to lend his support, and he likes to see you guys play this way. What does it mean to have the front office and guys like that support you guys going into this matchup?
It means a lot. Having Tom Gores, the front office, back in the way we play, the kind of style of basketball we play, what Detroit is about, what we stand for. So, to have the front office and TG back that, it's a great feeling.
You've talked about your affection and your respect for JB all season. But
yeah.
When he first got here, what did he do to kind of make that connection start?
Well, being honest, and that's one thing I respect about JB is, he's honest. He'll shoot you straight. So, he came in the door shooting everybody straight, not selling no story. And, I respect that. And, I think that helped us all as a team.
The lack of playoff experience for a lot of you guys, how do you think you'll handle that? How do you even know how to handle it if you haven't been so much?
Well, that's the thing. I don't know what, I don't know what, what it's going to look like, what it's going to feel like. But I know we're not going to forget how to play basketball. We're not going to forget how to play Detroit basketball. And like I said, I think if we play our style of basketball in any environment, we'll be okay.
Do you think that's a good thing, not having that experience? Like, you don't have any scar tissue built up. You're just going to do what you've done all year.
Well, you can kind of argue, yeah, no, but I mean, at the same time, that's why, Trajan, did the job of bringing in some vets, who got that knowledge and who can share that knowledge with us and be right there with us while we're going through it.
As you guys get set to play in the national spotlight, what would you tell New Yorkers, Knicks fans, MSG to expect in the Detroit Pistons?
Well, Detroit basketball. We just come to play Detroit basketball. We come to play hard, play our style of basketball, and try to win these games, try to win this series, and that's what we're here for. Yes, sir. Thank you.